Monique, I don't know if anybody said this to you, but I'm going to say this to you. You look very bitter. You look like the light has been stripped from you.
We have to explain brothers like you. We do. And when we watched that movie, Birth of a Nation, and we saw that man walk his wife into that master's house, we watched him walk his wife in. Then we watched him go back and get him. You're that brother. I thank y'all for your time, my babies.
If you're a person with standards, if you're a person with a certain type of morality, if you're a person with a certain level of respect and dignity, don't join this crazy industry. It's not for you. And God forbid you're a person to have an opinion. So basically, Monique went on Shannon Sharp podcast the other day, and she had like an hour and 50-something minutes long interview with Shannon. There was a lot of gold nuggets in there, but the one I found the most egregious was when she was talking about Kevin Hart. When she was explaining that Kevin Hart story, I felt it to the core because I can relate to that. I went through something similar. People would give you praises in front of your face, but behind closed doors, they don't want nothing to do with you. It's all a facade. It's for the cameras. It's to not mess up their image. It's to uphold that good grace with the public because all they care about is public opinion. Because if the public is in favor of you, the more money they make, and they only care about their pockets. And Monique fell victim to that. So without further ado, let's get straight to it.
Warning: Dave's content is not for the weak. Viewer discretion is advised.
Kevin Hart. Now, you know when Cat Williams said gatekeepers?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, I do his podcast.
Yes.
And I want y'all to re-listen to the podcast so you can hear it for yourself. When he first comes on, he says, "You're like my mother, you're like my aunt, you're like my sister." Then we do the podcast. We speak about the Tyler Perry situation. Oprah Winfrey, he said, "I don't really know Oprah, but I'm going to reach out to Tyler." Appreciate that. Kevin kept his word. He reached out to Tyler Perry. Kevin Hart called me back about maybe a week or so later. He said, "Mo, I talked to Tyler. He said he don't want to revisit it. He said, but I tell you what, let's move past that, Mo. Let's just move past that and let's just do great things. So whatever
That's what Kevin said.
I want you to hear me, Kevin Hart. Let's move past that, Mo. Let's do some great things together. Don't even worry about it. Whatever y'all want to do, I will partner with you. I'll executive produce with you. You just let me know what you want to do." Now, let me say that before we go any further because I want to make sure I give Kevin Hart his proper credit. When my family was up against the wall, Kevin Hart wrote us a check and said, "Here you go." We're forever grateful for that. When we were able to give it back, we said, "Brother, we appreciate you," with some interest on top, because I don't ever want nobody to think
Feel like they
me and my
gave
husband. So I want to make sure I put that out there. That brother really helped us out when we needed to be helped out. Then when he came back with, "I got you," I didn't ask Kevin Hart to do anything. He said, "I'll executive produce. I'll partner with you." I said, "Good shit, Kevin," because we're in a deal with Endemol. And we're trying to get our talk show back. Mo, whatever it is, I got you. Now, Kevin Hart is one of the biggest entertainers right now in the world,
Correct.
right? And was then. We got off the phone with Kevin Hart. We called Endemol immediately and said, Kevin Hart said, whatever we want to do, he got us. He's going to partner, executive use. They was like, "Oh, this is incredible," because when you put Kevin Hart name on it, you already know what it is.
Correct.
2 weeks go by. We get a call from Endemol. Endemol says, "We just got a call from Kevin Hart's manager, Dave Becky." And Dave Becky said, "Kevin doesn't want anything to do with Monique. So whatever she told y'all, he doesn't want to do anything with her, nothing. You know, he doesn't want any kind of relationship with Monique."
So what changed between the 2 weeks and plus he gave you a check, you gave the money back, then said he would partner with you, executive produce, whatever you need, Mo, hey, we got you. So what transpired, or what do you think transpired between then, that 2 week period?
Well, soon as we got off the phone and they told us what Kevin's manager, David Becky, said, I called Kevin Hart immediately. I said, "Hey, baby, we just got off the phone with Endemol," and they said Dave Becky called them up and said, "You don't want anything to do with me." He said, "Mo, that's a miscommunication. I can tell you right now." I said, "Wait a minute. Are you okay, though, with this white man calling them up, getting in between our relationship after something you said?" He said, "Mo, that's a miscommunication, and we're going to talk Tuesday. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now, it's a miscommunication." That was 2 years ago. If you talk to him, I talk to him. I've never talked back to Kevin Hart again. So that's what we're faced with.
The craziest thing about this story is the fact that these people are so huge, even when you do decide to expose them, they have these puppets that they can send out in the media that could switch the narrative and make you look like you're crazy. And the person I'm talking about is Stephen A. Smith. Jesus Christ, I can't stand this dude.
Monique, she's brilliant. She's an Oscar winner. She's sensational. What she did in Precious, her phenomenal acting career, her comedic genius.
Of course, they always start off with the compliments. She's brilliant, she's inspirational, she's this, she's that. And then a second later, they'll spit in your face.
Monique, I don't know if anybody said this to you, but I'm going to say this to you, and I'm going to say it to you out of love. You always say sisters or brothers when you're talking to black people, but this is a brother talking to you, Monique. You look very bitter. You look like the light has been stripped from you. I don't know what happened. I'm not going to call you a liar or anything like that. I don't know. I never asked Steve Harvey or Kevin Hart or anybody or Tyler Perry or Oprah Winfrey and all of this other stuff. I never asked. I don't know.
Oh. So if you don't know the story, if you don't know Monique's side and you don't know Kevin Hart's sides or any other parties involved with this, why are you calling her bitter? You see, by you calling her bitter, you automatically pick their side and you admitted that you don't even know the full story. See, this is why it pays to listen, because if you listen hard enough, these people will expose themselves.
You talked about Kevin Hart and how you were supposed, he said, I love you, sister. We'll talk in 2 weeks. And then after that, you never heard from him again. Okay. Did you play any role in that? I'm just asking. Did you? I don't know.
Look how he's spinning the narrative. Did you play any roles in that? Like, he's not saying it directly, but he's putting that seed in your head to make you feel like she did something for Kevin Hart to do that. Manipulation 101. I'm not gonna outright call you a liar, but I will poke holes in your story to make people question your truth. Because after all, you're talking about my friends. I started this video by saying, if you're trying to get in this industry, if you have an independent thought, if you have some type of dignity and morality attached to your soul, don't get in this industry, because it will chew you up and spit you out and make you feel like you're crazy. And they have all these puppets in the media that's controlling a narrative that they can reach out to make you look crazy. When Monique first came out, Charlemagne the God gave her Donkey of the Day. Without even talking to her first, without even getting her side of the story, he immediately gave her Donkey of the Day.
I wanted to know, why did you feel like, you should have gotten whatever Chris Rock got, whatever Dave Chappelle got?
This is why, again, Leonard, you've got to be careful with your words. Because you called your sister Donkey of the Day, but you didn't do your research. Till we fast forward, and I become Donkey of the Day. Then I come to my folks, and I have to be Donkey of the Day, which you still haven't explained, Leonard, and you're going to have to. Says you're the Donkey of the Day. You have to explain that to our community.
I didn't say that.
How can you win? How can you go against this conglomerate industry without losing a piece of yourself? Well, the answer to that is you can't. So if you're an artist, if you're a person that even want to be big on YouTube, if you have some type of skill that you want to give out to the masses, I'll ask you this question. Is it worth your piece? Thanks for watching. I'm out. If you like that video, I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So like, share, and subscribe and get me there. Thank you.